Hi friends, I'm Maria, and today I have a special video. Today is not going to be a normal yoga flow, it's going to be a wrist mobility video. So in a lot of my yoga classes, I've had students come up to me and say that they've really enjoyed the pieces of the yoga class that I put in, where we review a little bit of just some wrist exercises or wrist functioning things. I'm not an expert, but I do know a lot of exercises that I've learned throughout my years of training and taking yoga classes and learning from various teachers. So that's what I'll have to say on that, and we'll go ahead and get started on the mat. So you just have to really, you can be in anything. You can even be in jeans. We're just going to stay in mostly on all fours the entire class and a little bit just on our knees. So bring whatever you need to be comfortable in that, and I'll meet you on the mat. Welcome everyone. So we're going to start on the mat, and we're just going to start on our knees for the moment. If you have any wrist issues, please consult your doctor, consult your PT, consult whatever you need to make sure that you're able to do this. Maybe even show them this video beforehand. I mean, it shouldn't take more than, I think, 10 minutes, so we'll see. But here we go. So we're going to start on our hands and knees, and we're not even going to need props. I have my blocks here, but we probably really won't need them. I'm going to start on our hands and knees, and bring your knees back behind you. You're going to bring your hips over your knees, and then feel free to walk your hands a little bit forward. Not everyone is comfortable stacking the hands underneath the shoulders, so feel free to walk them forward a little bit while we start. And feel free to adjust with whatever we're doing. So first we're going to start with the fingertips facing forward. If you'd like them to face out a little bit, that's completely fine. Maybe having the thumbs point towards the front a little bit, that's completely fine. But the most important part here is to spread all 10 fingers wide and press down, especially through that pointer finger, knuckle, and thumb, as equally as you're pressing down through all 10 fingers. And then from here, we're just gonna do little circles. So we're gonna take these shoulders out to the left, and then shoulders forward, out to the right, and then back. So maybe making clockwise circles with the shoulders leading, but the wrists are getting the circles done, if that makes sense. And then reverse the circles. And then from here, we're gonna take the fingers out towards, we're gonna stop moving, take the fingers out towards the edges of the mat so that they're turning outward like this. And then make little circles here in one direction. Keep breathing here in and out through the nose. Don't forget to breathe. Sometimes I hold my breath. And then reverse the circles. All right, and then the last one, and feel free to pause, feel free to take a break, shake the wrists out at any moment here. Turn the fingertips back towards you. Feel free to bend the elbows as much as you need to here, but try not to hyperextend where they pop out, especially if you're hypermobile here. So remember to just stay, and then walk them back if you even need to. Walk them back closer to your knees, if that helps. But from here, we're not going to really make circles. We're just going to rock back and forth. And back and forth, and you should feel a gentle stretch maybe through your forearm, but again, remember to ground down through that pointer finger, knuckle, and thumb, and don't have them lift here. And then lean back. Okay. And then you're going to flip the fingertips back towards the front. We're going to actually take a break now and shake them out. And then you're going to place the backs of your hands onto the ground now, and then be very gentle here. Place a lot of your weight onto your knees here. If you need to tuck the toes under, if you need to find a block to sit on to also help you, just support you as we put our weight or lean our weight forward, that's completely fine as well. But wherever you are, we're just going to focus on being very gentle with our wrist here. And from here, you're going to lean back a little bit, bending those wrists forward. It's okay if one wrist is completely different than the other. Just notice how each wrist is. I recently had surgery for a ganglion cyst on my right, so it's not as mobile as my left. So it's something that I have to be able to be careful with, and I have to watch. I can't go past my limit there. All right, and then release. Bring both hands onto the ground. Now we're going to switch to some different just exercises, so feel free to come onto your knees here, interlace your fingertips, and we're just going to make little waves. So bring your hands, your wrists stacked on top of each other, and then you're just going to switch, and that's how the waves are going to be. And feel free to add whatever kind of flair you want, but make sure that your wrists are bending back and forward, that each one is taking a moment to bend back and forward, but in opposite ways. All right, and then whenever you're ready, you're going to pause and bring your hands, your palms to touch, and you're gonna rotate your palms down. So you're gonna almost look like this, and then flip so the backs of your hands touch, and then rotate your fingers towards you and towards the sky, and then flip so your palms touch, and then rotate down, flip so the backs of the hands touch, rotate in and up, flip so the palms touch, and you're gonna do that a few more times. Feel free to follow me. Rotate down, flip so the backs touch, rotate up, flip to the front so the palms touch, rotate down. All right, and keep going with that as long as you'd like. All right, this one we're going to take the palm and extend it out forward. And we're going to take the left palm, extend it out forward, take the right fingers and use that to bend each finger back slightly one at a time. So bend your palm back. This is just going to help stretch all the muscles throughout the palms and the wrist to maybe help a little bit of mobility through your wrists. And then whenever you're done with your pinky, grab your index or your ring finger and pull that one back gently, very gently. Whenever you're done with that, pull your middle finger back, and then your your pointer finger. And then lastly, your thumb. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Roll your wrist out if you'd like. So extend the right palm out, bring the pinky back for a breath, then bring the ring finger back. Then let go of that and bring the middle finger back. Let go of that and bring the index finger back. And then the thumb. And then from here, feel free to shake everything out. Last little bit as we're going to come back onto the mat, if you weren't already, or wherever your practice area was. We're actually going to take our hands, we're going to windshield wiper them a little bit. So instead of moving them forward or back, we're going to take them side to side, but trying not to move the rest of our arm, just moving our wrist, using our wrist to move the hands forward and back as best we can. I mean, it's easier said than done, but try to focus on that. And then whenever you're ready, feel free to shake it all out, relax your hands, place them on the ground. We're just going to end with a tabletop and a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes under, stack the knees underneath the hips, and the hands can be underneath the shoulders, or they can be a few inches in front and then a few inches wide if you need them, and then even turned out. But the most important part here is to ground down through all 10 fingers. Spread the fingers wide, especially that pointer finger, knuckle, and thumb, so grounding down through that area. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees, take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, lift the hips up high, bend the knees, heels can be lifted, and shrug the shoulders up to extend the torso a little bit more, maybe stretching through the sides of the torso. Take a big inhale in, big exhale out, and then keep your feet planted here, keep your hands planted here, and just start to shift your shoulders forward, start to drop your hips, coming into a plank position. Take a big inhale, exhale, drop the knees, and return to almost that tabletop position, or maybe just plank with the knees dropped. From here, walk the hands back. Feel free to use this before any other yoga flows that you do, any of mine, any other ones that you find. And that's it. So feel free to save this video for whenever you need to come back to it. Feel free to go into a normal yoga class that you normally wouldn't notice if your wrists are feeling any different. That's all I have to say. So this wasn't a normal yoga class. I kept it under 10 minutes slightly. This is just me talking at the end. So I hope you liked it. Let me know how it went in the comments. Feel free to hit the like button and please subscribe. It'll help me out. It'll help you out. You'll stay updated on all new yoga classes. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.